Hello Hoops fans and welcome back to the Believe the Hype NBA podcast for day 2 of the Texas tour, Benyam.
That's it. It's been a big couple of days, but we're on leg 2 here in San Antonio downtown. Just got in from Dallas, which is a bit of a dire drive, but we made it.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the best drive. I mean, after last night, I mean, it was never going to be fun the 3 hours in.
No, yeah, you got me with I got him in the back seat when I was taking a few sleeps.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely nailed you with that. Got him there. I was happy. The first got him of the trip.
Exactly.
Tom 1, Benyam 0.
That's right. There's plenty more to come. But today in San Antonio, we did get a chance to catch up with San Antonio Spurs and Aussie boomer Aron Baynes.
Yeah, it was great to catch up with Aron. So I mean, instead of talking about it right now, why don't we let you guys have a look? Hello Hoops fans and welcome back to Believe the Hype. And today on the Texas tour, we're in San Antonio, where we're happy to be sitting up with current San Antonio Spurs and Australian boomer Aron Baynes. How are you, Aron?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Good to get down, have a chat with you boys.
Nice. Good to see. And mate, obviously you've only just moved over here to San Antonio. How's the transition been between the two leagues?
It's the best thing about it is at the end of the day, no matter where you're playing, it's still basketball. So it's a little faster, a little more intense, but at the same time, it's still basketball, so there's a lot of carryover, and it's just about learning, and the biggest transition is just learning new teammates and trying to understand how they play. So.
Yep. How are you finding life in San Antonio as a city?
All-Star break, everyone's trying to get out of here, but it's a brand new city for me, and there's a lot for me to see. So I'm liking it so far. I've been living over in Europe for the last 4 years, so there's not too many selections that I can go to, and in some of the cities I've been in, but here there's everything. It's got a whole lot of entertainment. There's every type of food you could imagine. I'm sure you guys have seen that drive. Yeah, good Tex-Mex, a lot of good barbecue food as well. So I'm enjoying San Antonio, and
I'm sure you're hitting up the rodeo as well sometime.
I got a few days off, but we'll see if I manage to get out there.
Nice, and I mean, obviously it's been an absolute whirlwind trip at the moment. I mean, talk us through the couple of days before you knew that you were coming over to San Antonio, through to when you actually land here and had your first game.
Oh, well, it wasn't just a few days, it was more like 2.5 weeks. So, I was over in Slovenia for a couple of weeks after I knew I was probably going to be coming over here. And, I didn't play any basketball, I was just trying to keep fit. And then when I got here, the team was away and I wasn't able to join the team straight away, waiting for visas and everything. So it took a little while, and then my first game was actually a road trip up in Dallas. So a couple seconds on the court, but then we came back home and I actually got to play some decent minutes against Charlotte. So that was good, and I was happy to finally get some court time. But that's the thing. I'm not too worried about court time right now. It's more of a transition period, and I have the time to learn the offense, learn the team, learn the players, and so that's kind of what I'm here. I'm just adjusting to it right now, and down the road, court time will come. So.
As you touched on in regards to learning the game and the team, I mean, this San Antonio team is one that's full of experience and a lot of pretty old heads. What's it like playing alongside a guy like Tim Duncan, who's probably a Hall of Fame power forward?
Like you said, it's a very experienced team. They've done it over the last decade. TD and Tony Parker and Manu. They've all been through it, and they've been part of some of the greatest teams to play the game. And so, it's for me. I'm just looking at it, as a great place for me to learn the game, and that's what I try and do. You mentioned playing alongside Timmy, but it's kind of, I just want to compliment them. That's all I'm coming here to do, is try and go out there and compliment the team as much as I can. They're a great team, and I'm not going to come in and be one of the main focuses. I know that, so I've got to come in and be a role player, and that's what I'm trying to adjust to, is find my role right now. And these guys make it so easy. Just their understanding of the game, the way they play, the focus that they draw in a game. With Tony and Timmy and Manu, everyone's expecting them to do everything, and the defense is, they know they're the main focus of our offense, and so kind of all the eyes are on them, which opens up a lot for the other players. And I just want to be here and be a finisher and be a defender and help these guys out. That's my thing right now, is just trying to find my role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And in Olympia in Slovenia, you had a real breakout year this year. And in the EuroLeague rounds, you were arguably the best big man in the EuroLeague. And sort of what sort of changed between last year and this year? Was it the situation that helped you improve, or was it the Olympics?
I wasn't in the EuroLeague last year,
Yeah.
so definitely a situation thing. But it's kind of my first year out of college. I played in Lithuania for Rytas, and that was EuroLeague. But it was a whole different world going from college basketball game to professional world, and there was a few things I didn't understand. And, it's kind of over the last few years I've been learning, and I understand what I need to do now and how I need to go out and play, and that's been the biggest thing for me. It's just learning that and understanding what I have to do every time I hit the court. And so it's kind of last year in Greece I played well, and I was given the opportunity, and after the Olympics I had a good Olympics with the guys.
Great Olympics.
Yeah, so then got some opportunities to play EuroLeague basketball again, and that's what I've been working towards, is getting back to that level. And so once I was there, I knew what I needed to do, and I just wanted to go out and prove that I could play at that level. And I was with a good team and great teammates, and a great coach in Sasha Filipovsky. So it was just the right situation for me, and I was able to go out and play well, and be one of the best rebounders, and
almost double-double. It was great stats.
Yeah, the last game I dropped out of the double-double, so it's all right though.
It's all right. You still sleep at night. I mean, you're in the NBA now.
Yeah, exactly.
And how have you found, I guess, the transition? Has it been made easier with guys like Paddy Mills and Brett Brown, having a few other Australians around San Antonio?
That's one of the. It's definitely a positive. It's not too many guys get to play basketball at the professional level with someone that they started playing with in the junior level, and also have a coach that's coached them for the last 4 years, let alone coming to the NBA, being from another country and still having that. So, I'm pretty lucky to be in this situation, and it's definitely gives you some sort of comfort zone, I think, just knowing that there are guys that you can talk to and relate to, and they've been through the same things as you. So it's good, and I definitely see it as a bonus, and hopefully it should help me settle in that much quicker as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, the American media are sort of mistaken your nationality at the moment. I mean, a lot of them are saying that you're a New Zealander because you were born there. So, once and for all, Australia or New Zealand?
Definitely Aussie. Bleed that green and gold. But, it's kind of, that's just one of the things with the NBA. I've actually talked to our media guy, and he's going to sort that one out, because, they put the country of birth. But there's a few other players even on our team that have their nationality as different to their country of birth.
Yeah, so, like Tony Parker from Belgium. And even, according to the NBA, I mean, Kyrie Irving's American, even though by the same thing he'd have to be Australian.
Exactly. So it's kind of, there's a few guys like that, and it's just one of those little office mishaps, I think, just when I came over. But no, it's all right. We actually have Sean Marks in the front office here, and he's a Kiwi, so he's always trying to jab at me and tell me, they made the right decision. I didn't. So
he's probably behind it all.
Oh yeah, probably. But no, I'm definitely an Aussie. I grew up in Australia, started playing basketball in Australia, and there's no other way I'd have it. So.
Nice.
Just touching back on Paddy Mills and Brett Brown, you were all together as part of the Olympic setup as well in London, where you did represent Australia. Can you just tell us a bit about that Olympic Games experience?
Yeah, definitely. It was kind of the culmination of the last 4 years. When Brett took over the head coaching job, Paddy Mills was the point guard, and then Andrew Bogut was going to be the centre, and then there were the swingmen and Joey and Brad Newley and Dave Barlow, and there was a core group of guys that were kind of set in there, and but Brett brought in a lot of young guys, and I was one of those young guys that he brought in, and you know, after working with him for 4 years, and you know, unluckily for Australia, you know, Bogut wasn't able to play, but that opened up the door for other guys, and I was one of those guys that got an opportunity. So because of that, you know, I learned a lot working with the team and with Brett, and it's definitely helped me improve. And so, you know, yeah, going forward to these Olympics, we'd worked for 4 years, and we knew a goal that we wanted to achieve, and we went in there and we played some great games against Russia and Great Britain in the second half, and you know, we managed to qualify for the second round, but unfortunately we qualified and had to cross over against the States, which we knew was going to be a tough game if that's who we had to play against. And so we were working towards not having to do that, but we were, you know, a couple points away from qualifying and having to play a different team. So it hurt that it was so close to being able to take that next step at the Olympics, but at the same time, you know, we're still a young team, and so it's kind of, we all see the bright side of going forward in the next Olympics and the next World Champs before that. So it's kind of, we see that there's good things to come, and if we all keep working and all stay healthy and, you know, get Bogut back into the mix, then we're definitely going to keep improving, and, you know, it's something for us to look forward to. But yeah, the Olympics was great for me personally. You know, I love being there, love being a part of it. Playing against the world's best in the USA team was a great challenge. You know, we didn't succeed, but yeah, it's just, yeah, the whole thing from start to finish. You know, I loved it, and I was honoured to be a part of the system and represent Australia, and yeah, just want to keep putting on that green and gold as much as I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely some positive signs.
Yeah.
And back to that GB Australia game, I was fortunate enough to be in the crowd behind the backboard, and the same backboard where you delivered a few highlight plays off some Matthew Dellavedova lobs. You know, you guys seem to be forming the new Leonard Copeland, Andrew Gaze sort of combo on the international level. You know, what's it like to play with a guy like him who just seems to be able to find you wherever he throws the ball?
Yeah, you know, that was one of the great things about playing with the team. You know, we'd been together for a while now, and we've all improved, and we can all see each other improving. You know, Daly's definitely one of those guys taking massive strides, and, you know, his offensive game, he draws a crowd, but he can still get his shot off, and it forces the defense to watch him. And, you know, we worked for a while, and he started throwing me lobs, and, you know, we kind of got that connection going, which was great to have. You know, it makes my job easier, and makes us all look better, I think. So it's definitely good to be able to play with him, and yeah, he's been killing it in the NCAA this year as well. So it's good watching that. But yeah, just that's one connection that I should keep going, and yeah, definitely look to work on it some more over the next few years as well.
I mean, you two are both part of that strong young core, I guess, alongside Paddy Mills and Joe Ingles and Bogut, as you had mentioned. And with the World Champs coming up in Spain next year, what's the sort of goals and aims for that tournament for you guys?
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of we just want to get better. That's it. I think at the end of the day, you kind of look at international basketball as a 4-year stretch, and the culmination of that is always the Olympics. So, you know, that's what you want to do, get everything ready for. And so, but at the World Champs, you know, we want to go out and compete. It's got great teams, and over the last few summers, we've played and competed with a lot of those teams. Argentina, France, Spain. You know, it's kind of, there's a number of teams that are going to be up there looking for medals, and, you know, we have competed with them, and that's what we want to do. We just want to go out, get better as a unit, and go out, compete with every team we play against, and give ourselves a good chance to go out there and get a medal. That's one thing Australian men's basketball hasn't got yet, is a medal in World Champs or an Olympics. So that's kind of what our goal is every year, is just trying to work towards that and compete for it. So.
Absolutely. It's definitely, you know, looking as though things are on that right track with the progression of the team.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's kind of, that's, like I said, it's been a process, and everyone's bought into the system now, and so we're all just trying to keep going forward with it, and hope as long as we do, I think we should be in the right place where we want in the next 2 years, and then 2 years after that again.
And you said earlier on that one of your main roles here is just to complement Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and all those guys. And obviously, because you moved in mid-season, you're still trying to find where you fit into in the rotation, and so that means a little bit more bench time, I guess, than you'd like. But lucky enough for you, you're sitting next to probably the most efficient towel waver in the NBA, definitely leading the NBA towel waving power rankings. Have you got any tips off Paddy on how to better wave the towel?
It's funny. Paddy and I, we both sit on the bench with towels, and I think that's something that started with the Boomers. We kind of have a thing where we always give a towel when you're subbing in or whatever, so you're always holding a towel. But Paddy definitely has a towel wave down, and he's been telling me a few of his signature moves with the towel. But I'm more partial to the towel pump. That's one of the things that the fans have noticed. I always do a towel pump, like the old fist pump, but that's kind of Paddy and I are both energy guys on the bench, and whenever we're given that opportunity, we go in there and we just want to, like you said, we want to complement the team, compete, play tough, and that's what we're there for. So every time staying in the game, waving a towel around or whatever, it keeps you focused on the game as well, and that's what we need to do in the roles that we have right now.
We caught up with Lakers centre Robert Sacre last week, and we asked the same question about his bench move. So I guess we're definitely looking forward to seeing the next time you guys are playing the Lakers, which bench wins.
We'll take that as a little competition, and for sure. I think Paddy and I are standing up more than we're sitting down. So
we'll have to put a trademark on the towel pump.
Yeah, it's definitely. There's been a few hashtag towel pumps thrown out in the last few days. So.
Absolutely, and with the Spurs now on a bit of a hot streak now, winning 14 of the last 15 games, coming into the break. How are things shaping up, I guess, for the second half of the season when things get down to business?
That's what it all means. That's where it counts, is trying to make your season as long as possible. And Pops is such a great coach. He's managing the guys very well, and that's kind of the best thing about the last 14 or 15 games. Is I think 10 of those have been without Manu, a couple without Tony, and I think 14 of those have been without Timmy or something like that, or 12 of those without Timmy. So and these guys are still managing to win, and that's showing that it's not just all the veteran guys, that it's also the system, and the young guys that are bought in are complementing it very well. And so that's a big positive, I think. It's just it'll coming down into the playoffs, or the second half of the year, you aren't just relying on those veteran guys to get you wins. You can rely on some of the younger guys, and that's definitely a big part of it. Playing 80 games in a regular season, and then having to back it up with all the finals, and if you want to go to the end, it's 100+ games, so you can't rely on three guys for that whole time, and that's why it's so good over the last few games to see that we're still winning with a lot of young guys being the main contributors.
Definitely, I think that's one of the more admirable things about the Spurs is that it's not just the three guys. It is 1 through 15, and on any given night, everyone can contribute.
It's definitely that's Pop's system. It's team basketball first, and whoever's open, whoever's got the hot hand, that's who's going to be getting the ball. And so it's great to be a part of it. I'm learning a lot. I haven't played that much, but I'm still learning so much, just being here, watching, and learning from the guys. So.
Definitely. And back to Pop. He's arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time. His resume speaks for himself. How's he differ compared to some of the other coaches you've had in the past?
Pops is just his knowledge base is just so extensive. You can tell in our shoot-arounds, he just calls out plays, and he'll even, some of the veteran guys are kind of like, what's that one, and they don't remember it, but he just knows everything back to front, and that's what he does. He understands the players, the game, every play that's called, and he understands every situation as well. So just watching him and watching the way he works and the way he's able to keep himself level-headed. in parts of the game where there's a lot of emotion, he's able to keep himself level-headed, but at the same time he brings emotion when it's needed as well to get the guys going. So he's just a great coach.
And now that, I mean, Brett Brown's obviously left the Australian system now, but looking back on your time with him, could you see a few similarities between what he was doing with the situation you're in now?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Brett's been with Pops for the last 12 years, and it's kind of, he's learnt, I think a lot of what Brett has learnt has been from Pops, and you know, who better to learn from? It's kind of, so yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot, even in the Australian system, a lot of the terminology and a lot of the plays that we use are the same as the Spurs. So yeah, there's massive carryover between Brett and Pops.
So maybe Pop should replace.
The old switcheroo. I mean, after I guess a couple of weeks in the NBA, you're getting a well-deserved break for All-Star Weekend. There's a few days off there for the team. Do you have any plans over the next couple of days?
My plans are to keep working out. You know, I had about 3 weeks off just after Christmas once I'd signed here. So, you know, all the other guys, they need this break, but my body's feeling fresh, and I just want to get in there and you know, keep taking steps towards getting better. And so that's what I'm going to be using these next few days for. Is just going in the gym, getting up some shots, and you know, I've had my time off for the mid-season, so I'm good for that right now.
Definitely.
And obviously, I mean, we're catching up today. It's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day in San Antonio. Is there any special someone that you might be bumping into?
Not over here. My girlfriend back home probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I sent flowers yesterday, so
nice.
you know, I covered that one, and yeah, it's all good now. So, you know, just chat on Skype, and that's about it for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
we can vouch for you that you were definitely here with us.
Yeah. Got recorded footage that you are, in fact.
We'll get a copy of the day's paper.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just another thing I wanted to touch on as well was a bit of a nickname that's starting to circulate around the NBA, given the infamous Batman villain Bane and your surname being Aron Baynes. How have you taken to the nickname, and do you actually think that you are San Antonio's reckoning?
You know, it's funny. When it first came out, I didn't even think of the similarity. I was just like, that really works. But yeah, you know, it's kind of. I'm not upset by it or anything. You know, that's what I want to bring to this team, to bring toughness and energy to this team. And Bane definitely showed a lot of toughness and energy in the movie. So
he knows what he wants as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of. I definitely think I'm playing for the good guys in San Antonio. You know, so, but no, it's funny. And, yeah, some of the fans, what they've posted and edited some of the photos, it definitely makes me laugh.
We put one up, which is an edited photo of you coming off the bench in the mask.
Yeah.
We're actually going to bring you a mask over. We couldn't find one at Walmart. So.
Oh yeah, no, there's. I think I've even seen a video of like someone edited the movie and put my face on there when he's in the plane. So I was just.
Big shout out to whoever did that.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's pretty funny, and yeah, definitely retweet a couple of the pictures, but it just makes me laugh, and yeah, anything, you know, it's good.
Do you think you could give us a little Bane impersonation?
I probably could, but it would be horrible.
Yeah,
so.
don't want to ruin the nickname. We want it to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've got just a couple of light colour questions that we sort of ask, you know, everyone who comes on the show. So first off, Jay-Z or Cool Runnings?
Jay-Z or Cool Running?
Sorry, Jay. Yeah, well, hey, Jay-Z or Kanye West? Jay-Z or Kanye West?
I'm gonna have to go with Hove.
Everyone always does.
Yeah, Kanye's not getting enough votes in this one.
Oh, really?
Second of all, Mighty Ducks or Cool Runnings?
Mighty Ducks or Cool Runnings? Well, yeah, Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings? It's
2
in a row.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Cool Runnings is coming back.
Yeah.
If I had to choose one, I never really got into Mighty Ducks as a kid, and yeah, Cool Runnings kind of. I like the idea of the snow, but you know, kind of like them. When you get there, it's not the best thing. So.
Yeah, it's good for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
exactly.
And final one. If you put an octagon in the middle of the AT&T Centre and chucked a couple of your teammates, like one of your teammates, one of your coaches in there, Stephen Jackson and Greg Popovich, who would come out of the octagon first?
Out of Jack and
and Pop.
Oh. I reckon Pop would, because Jack wouldn't want to do it. Wouldn't want to do anything. He'd just let Pop do whatever. So
Nice. Scaredy Jacks.
Oh no. Jack definitely has a mean side, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be calling him that.
I wouldn't want to go into the octagon with him.
I think cooler heads would prevail. And
Yeah.
He wouldn't react or start something.
And he's a smart guy as well.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, Aaron, thank you very much for coming on the show. It was an absolute pleasure to catch up with you. Enjoy your All-Star break, working out and getting ready for the second half of the season, and all the best with your run into the playoffs as well, and hopefully it can be another big year for San Antonio.
Cheers. Thanks for stopping by on your way through the All-Star game.
That's
Hope
all right,
you
mate.
have fun there.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for coming on, Aaron.
Thank you.